and there's pigs. And the peace officers are the kind that you want your kid to grow up and be. They're really amazing people. And they take all that bad stuff. So I think it's important not to bag anybody. Everybody, Thelonious Monk, I used to open for this piano player named Thelonious Monk. He said, you know, everyone is a genius just being themselves. How about something from those ancient times? Once upon a time, there was this average, beautiful guy just making the 9-to-5 scene, and 3/4 of the way up his average round face, he has pasted these 2 average blue eyes. And every morning he'd get on the subway and go to this big, tall metropolitan office building where he would sit down at this incredibly complicated machine, just adding up this long list of numbers. And on this particular day of a hot summer, the air conditioning system in the building was out of order. And finally, when 5 o'clock rolled around, he got on the subway and went home to his apartment on Sutton Place. And he opened up the door, only to discover the air conditioning system there wasn't working either. And every now and then, you might see him in a downtown movie house, just eating popcorn and digging the subtitles. But on this particular evening, he tried to crack the covers of a bestseller, but the heat was unbearable. And he tried to fall asleep, but the heat was unbearable. And then he had an idea. I know, I'm going to spend Sunday afternoon at Jones Beach. And he goes to the refrigerator and he mixes up this big stack of potato salad. And he gets out this pair of shades and peanut butter sandwiches and he stacks them up and falls asleep. The alarm goes off and he quickly dresses, picks up all of his paraphernalia, loads it into the mouth of this expectant little Volkswagen, gets inside and turns on the gas, and he takes off, and there were red lights. Green lights, straightaways, underpasses, cloverleaf, people going here to from nowhere, out Great Long Island, out to Jones Beach, and next thing you know, the salt air is wafting through the visor, and he pulls into range number 17, gets out, takes his potato salad, all of his paraphernalia, starts walking down the boardwalk, digging the ocean. Just walking down the boardwalk, digging the ocean. But in between the ocean and the boardwalk, all he can actually ascertain is this great amalgamation of arms and legs and brightly colored fabric, and it was all breathing. So he walks up and he rips off this piece about 5 feet in diameter, plunges his beach umbrella into the sand, spreads out his blanket, full of potato salad, and cracks the covers of that bestseller he had with him all the while. And now the sun beating quietly on his back, and for the first time in so many, many months, he's really beginning to swing. When all of a sudden the sky turns black and great pellets of rain are falling on the flanks of the beach and people are running, and they all got these newspapers over their heads and they are all staring at him because he's perfectly dry. And the crunch of terror is on the back of his neck as he thrusts out his hand into the rain, and the rain parts. The rain parts. So he begins to run, slowly at first, gaining momentum, hurling himself down the flanks of the beach, into the surf, into the ocean, and the ocean parts. And finally, he can run no more, and he falls to the sand and the seaweed, exhausted. And when he looks around, he sees he's in a cylinder of air in the center of the ocean. And this average, beautiful guy looks at this sight and he screams, "I don't believe this!" And the ocean covers him and he drowns. So you better believe it, because the time is now. These are the good times, the good old days. And it has been a pleasure, like Lord Buckley says, the people are the true flowers of the garden. And it has been a pleasure to have momentarily strolled in your garden. God love you all.